denied because it wasn't based on the validity of if it was valid or not, or if it was, no good. The question was, did she sign a contract at that time? And if you remember, that she made a statement saying that I'm glad that the Michigan Court of Appeals allowed her to use her powers and utilize her powers to give an emergency purchasing order to Rizzo. What I seen here was the mayor again trying to circumvent the judicial system of, you want it one way while Rizzo was here, but now you want to argue a different way, saying that they shouldn't have never been out there or that it wasn't a contract. You can't have it both ways.
So what's the next step for collecting signatures? Do you have a strategy or?
Well, the strategy is, everybody wants Gilchrist and Ani Gilchrist and Woodrow Stanley out of City Hall. So basically, the strategy is going out there, getting everyone that wants those people out of City Hall, those two out of City Hall. The association is Flint Lives Matter Association, and Flint Lives Matter, and they don't think that it's an emergency right now. Basically, it's all about them trying to make profits off of the backs of the people who have died, the people who are ill. You don't hardly hear them speaking about bacteria in the water. You don't hear them talking about lead in the water. All you hear them speaking about is service lines, which before the emergency only cost $3,300. How could we have spent $7 million on 855 lines? Where 855 lines would have only cost before the emergency $2,250,000. That's $5 million extra. They price fixing, they price gouging. They're trying to make a profit off of the people that have been poisoned. So it's not an emergency to them, as you can see when they tried to bring Rizzo in for Woodrow Stanley to get a 10% consulting fee off a $17 million contract off a company that was corrupt, that has been found in 30 different counties that they bought off. So the Mayor Weaver should be happy that I fought her tooth and nail, because she would have been one of those that was going to prison along with Rizzo.
So what's the process going to be about collecting signatures, though?
The process, we already have meetings. We're going to meet with everyone, and the process is just getting our petitions together and going out, grabbing the signatures. This is one time where we don't have to really ask a lot of people to come out, because the people are already there. Everybody's fed up. We need a new administration that's about the people, not about themselves, not self-serving, like just like you saw at the town hall meeting last week. Last week, it was about self-serving, where you mix in church and state. You have incompetent people down at City Hall that does not know the Constitution, does not know that once the mayor extends her office to a different place, it's no longer a private entity. You cannot tell them not to take off their hat. You cannot force them to say a prayer. You cannot tell them anything because it's a public venue after the mayor was hosting it. So you have a lot of incompetent people down at City Hall, and we need people with experience. We need people with water experience. We need people that's going to let the people know that it's bacteria in the water. We need Mayor Weaver out of office.
On your Facebook page, I guess it was yesterday, you urged people to call the judge. Was that a mistake?
You know what? That was a big mistake. And if this part right here, I wish get on the nose, I would like to apologize to Judge Neithercut. It was my incompetence, my ignorance that asked everyone to call his office. I didn't think that I was doing anything wrong, but at the same time, just like I told them, ignorance of the law is not admissible in court. So, the same thing for them that I said to them applies to me also. So if the judge arrests me for 10 days or 5 days, I would understand, because the simple fact, I was the one that initiated, I was the one that put it on Facebook, and I am totally sorry for asking anyone, please don't do anything to anyone else, because I was the one that put it on there. And if he wants to find me in contempt, I would understand, because I did it. And I truly apologize because I didn't know. But like I said, ignorance of the law is not admissible in court. So if he finds me in contempt, I truly understand.
And for the record, can you please tell us about your first last name?
Yes. Arthur, Arthur, Woodson, Woodson.
Your title, Mr. Woodson?
Excuse me.
Your title, exactly?
Title is working for the people.
Thank you.
And
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Mr. Woodson, one more question. I know that the mayor recently filed for a PPO against you, and it was ruled illegal by a judge. I know you mentioned legal action.
Yes.
Are you still pursuing that? Or?
Yes, I'm gonna proceed with it. Like I said, Flint is strapped, cash strapped. We have emergency, and I don't want to lose focus of that emergency. But for someone to use a tool that's for defenseless women, PPO orders, personal protection orders, as a political tool that is unfound, that is upsetting, and I don't want to sue for any money. I want to sue that the attorneys that I get is paid, and I want a public apology. I want MSNBC, CNN, MLive, CBS 2512. I want her to stand in front of all those people and say, I lied to the people of the city of Flint, and I used my title as City of Flint, making it seem like it was the people of the city of Flint against me, which she wasn't supposed to do. So now she has put the city of Flint in a situation to where they can be sued because she filed it under her capacity of mayor. But like I said, all I want is an apology from her in front of City Hall, in front of all the media, saying that she lied when she invited me to a meeting. January 27, 2017 is the day in question that she said that I did something. That was the day that I removed the first recall. And her and Chief Johnson invited me to that meeting at Popeye's Chicken on Clio Road. I have witnesses that was listening to the conversation. I have recordings of the conversations. How can you use that meeting that you invited me to and say that you fear for your life? And also that postcard that the guy from the veteran sent from Roseville, that also was a lie. She said the police investigated it, but a reporter turned around and found, Google searched in 2 seconds and found that the person was real and went and interviewed him in Roseville. So that in itself is a lie. So why would you want anyone in office that will result or that was stoop that low to stop a person from doing a recall? Because that's what it was all about. It was about me not being able to say her name. It was about me not being able to get on the computer and put her name on the computer. It was about me not being able to pass out petitions. So that PPO order, yes, I will be pursuing it after we get done doing what we have to do.
I know you'll have 60 days eventually to collect signatures. What's your window to get this on the November election? I mean, do you have to have this done by a certain point to get it on November, or is this get bumped to next year?
Yes, we have to have it in before, I think it was either May the 25th or June the 25th. But the way things are going right now, I think we have signatures in 2 weeks because, like I said, we're going to hit the ground running. We serious street soldiers. We're disciplined. We know what it is that we need. We know what it is that we want, and especially after what occurred last Thursday at House of Prayer, where the mayor is over Chief Johnson, and they came in there in militarized gear, tactical gear, looking for something or looking for someone or looking for protesters to arrest. They trying to make a statement, and that statement backfired, and they arrest protesters for expressing their using their First Amendment right, and people are angry. I mean, you have only 855 lines, and then you have bacterias, you have people sick. They keep on telling us that we only gonna be able to get people under 21 and pregnant women. It's more than people that's under 21 years old sick. I never see her fighting for the people over 21. Never. All you see is Ani Gilchrist, in all these meetings, which is a volunteer. He's a volunteer working in a paid position. How can he sit in all these meetings making decisions for the city of Flint, which he doesn't even live in Flint? He lives in Mount Morris. The mayor's supposed to live in the city of Flint. And he's in all these meetings making decisions for the residents of Flint and not paid.
One last question for me. Any concern that if they appeal this ruling to a higher court, that you will miss the deadline to get this on the November ballot?
They can't appeal anymore.
Well, they're looking at possible options for what
Well,
else they
you
might
know
be able
what?
to do.
That's what people desperately do. They'll look for anything and everything, you know, just like they put out the PPO order against me, just like they arrested all the protesters, 6 protesters at the church. You know, whatever it is that they come with, you know, the people are ready for it. And that's one thing about it. You know, everything that they done came with, we have tackled and we have accomplished, and everything still goes the people's way. You know, this is about the people in the city of Flint, and by them looking and self-serving and all this other thing, all this other stuff, they don't have the people behind them. So no matter what they do, they're gonna lose on it. So we're gonna have the signatures, because right now we're getting ready to start gathering the signatures. They're valid, so if they don't have their answer in or their appeal in, we have the signatures before the end of next week. So they better, whatever they're gonna do, they better hurry up and do it.